Hey everyone, this is Charu, legal intern at Lexis and Company. This video is about fraud and misrepresentation under Indian Contract Act. So without any further delay, let's get into the video. Section 17 and 18 of Indian Contract Act deals with the concept of fraud and misrepresentation. Section 17 states that fraud means and includes any of the following acts committed by the party to a contract or with his connivance or by his agent with intent to deceive another party thereto or his agent or to induce him to enter into the contract. In simpler words, when a party to a contract tries to get unfair advantage from the agreement by deceiving the other party, it is considered as fraud. Here, the intention to deceive or commit fraud is very important. Further, the section gives few acts which can be considered as fraud. Firstly, the suggestion as a fact of that which is not true by one who does not believe it to be true. For example, A goes to a supermarket to buy a particular product. She prefers that product to be made in China. At this time, the shopkeeper persuades her to buy a product, telling her that it is a product made in China and not disclosing the fact that the product is actually not a China made. So here the shopkeeper is well aware of the origin of the product but discloses the fact with an intention to deceive the customer. Secondly, the active concealment of a fact by one having knowledge or belief of the fact. For example, let's assume that the same customer in the previous scenario A goes to the supermarket with her friend B. At the billing counter, they were both discussing about the product that they bought from the store. They were describing the product as Indian made. The shopkeeper, hearing them and knowing that the product is not Indian made, prefers not to disclose the actual fact of the product to them. Here, if the person who is in duty bound to disclose the facts doesn't do that by staying silent, this act is also considered as fraud. Thirdly, when a promise made without any intention of performing it. So it is easily understandable, like when I give my assurance to someone to do something and deny to do it with an ill will or deceiving intention, it can be considered as fraud. Like I said, intention to deceive or commit fraud is very important. So fourth and the last one is when one intentionally makes a fact that is not true. For example, A is a sales agent and he tries to sell a product by disclosing facts that aren't true with the intention to fool or again deceive the customer. Now coming to section 18 that deals with misrepresentation. This provision holds a few circumstances where the act can be considered as misrepresentation. Firstly, when a person discloses a particular fact to someone which is not true, but the person saying it believes it to be true. Here, there is no such intention to deceive the party or obtain an unfair advantage. Here, if the other party has all means and diligence to check on to the right facts, then he or she cannot claim protection under section 18. Secondly, when there is an unintended breach of duty by a party to the contract which gains an advantage to the person committing it. And thirdly, inducing mistake about subject matters. Inducing mistake about subject matter involves mistake of fact. This happens when both the parties misunderstood each other, leaving them at crossroads. Such a wrongful act or a mistake can be done because of an error in understanding or ignorance or omission, etc. But a mistake is never intentional and it is an innocent commanding. The key difference between fraud and misrepresentation is that in fraud, the party committing the act has the intent to deceive, and in misrepresentation, there is no intention to deceive. Moreover, the examples that I gave were very simple for the reason to make it easy for you all to understand the key concept of the terms. However, as you all know, fraud and misrepresentation can go far complex than these scenarios. So I hope it's understandable. Please post your thoughts and feedbacks in the comment box and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to LexClick for more legal stuff.